All right, y'all. On this one, we're going to break down the recently new information that Justice for Nobody has faked the pictures. Well, wouldn't you know? Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to you tonight, and I come to you after watching, of all people, I jumped on over to Molly Golightly, her channel, whatever the hell that is, and I'm not a fan of her. I don't like her. I'm kind of conflicted on even talking about her in this video because she absolutely is not only a trashy pimp, but she was the one who basically created this specimen of a man woman. I guess I could say a man with moobs that we call Justice for Nobody. I call him Justice for Nobody because people, this is nothing new. Justice for Nobody has been doing this for a long time. Now, before we get into the altered photos that have recently been exposed, I want to rewind you guys back because I know there's a lot of people who have joined this community, regardless if you call it true crime or crama, whatever you would like to call it, land yourself in, whatever it is. What I do know is a lot of people have came over from Facebook in the case of Sebastian Rogers. It happens, and this is what happens in this community with every case. Every major case, you get a flux of people who come over here from Facebook because they get attached to these cases and they want to follow up on them, and that's always good for the community. The only that's always good. It's good for every YouTuber. It's good for the community itself. It's a net positive. What's bad about that is it's a constant battle of informing people in the community of the scumbags that reside here. As far as people who consistently attacked families who have missing people who constantly in each and every case, they consistently in each and every time, they convict the parents. They don't believe in innocent until proven guilty. They'll tell you they're for free speech, but these creators always do the same things, the same patterns in each and every case. And that's what we're talking about today. Justice for Nobody is like who I like to call him. Now I can go down the road here with him from case to case, but I'll just pick. If you're watching this video right now, you probably are seeing the shenanigans he's been doing in the Sebastian Rogers case. But before we continue with that, we have to rewind before we can go forward. Now, if you're new and you are one of those people who have came over here, you are a new subscriber over here, I'm specifically talking to you. If you are somebody who's been around and knows what I'm about to say, please inform the comment section of what I'm not saying or reinforce the things that I am saying so people can learn and catch up. Look, this guy has been doing this for a long time. You can rewind back to the Summer Wells case. He's done a lot of fake stuff on that, attacked the families. If I could, God forbid, I mention the Dre McCray case, what he did to that family with his mentor, Molly Golightly, aka Gary Busey, aka Moose Knuckle, and even Kylie Rodney. Comment section. Can you please inform people what he did to Kylie Rodney? The guy, people, I don't even want to say it, but there's a massive history with this guy, which brings us to this video. Now, it's amazing to me that people are surprised, and I really hope I grasp the attention to some green team people. Now, I know the comments. If you're a supporter of my channel, we laugh at the green team. We're watching them epically fail time after time after time again with this case here in Sebastian Rogers. What's crazy though in this situation, in this scenario, is recently Nancy Grace had this moron on her podcast. She then dirty deleted it, which is a very interesting point. But she had him on because he had the enhanced photos, right? And he's trying to claim that it's clearly showing Chris and Katie Proudfoot doing something. And then you have the non-research person, the person with no receipts, person who loses every single lawsuit that she does, Bullhorn Betty, reinforcing his shenanigans. It's interesting because I don't know if all the Green Team jumped on these claims or not, but Nancy Grace entertained this. Now, the best part of this whole thing that Nancy Grace had this moron on was the best part of the podcast was how she referenced her guest. She didn't call the guest Justin. She didn't call the guest Clutch Them Pearls. She didn't call the guest my nickname Justice for Nobody. Oh no, she didn't. She said, "Now Justin Jensen, how about these pictures, Justin Jensen?" Which was epically just golden. Old Nancy Grace with the old docs piece on live audio, you know. But at the same time, respect to her, she you're on her show. You know, she doesn't owe you to call you your stage name or your monkey's name. The guy does spank his monkey, just for the record. But the thing about this is, yes, this is okay. It's out there now that he faked the pictures here. But people, let's rewind back. Who remembers this guy with the flashlight video, the same altered stuff? Remember his streams just a few months ago? He's like, turn it down to 60%. You had to turn it down to 60%. 60%. Turn the volume down to 60%. And you can clearly hear it. Dude, he's always got like some enhanced something. Enhanced images, enhanced audio, enhanced fuck shit is what it is. But this is all this guy does. He is good for nothing. For years, I've been on this guy. I've done multiple streams of him. I'm going to tell you about Justice for Nobody. He utilizes certain creators to do his research. I really could shout out somebody. There was a creator recently I had a thing with. I don't even know where we stand. I don't care. I don't have a beef with this lady anymore. But she's a woman in this community, and she was doing a lot of his research. And when I say research, that means doxing people and this and that. But Justin is known. He'll admit on his own lives that he does all this editing and all this stuff. With these tragedy pimps, they tell on themselves a lot. He's already told on himself that he's like a master editor on all this. I believe you could even go back to Bullshit Betty and she'll tell you herself that he's a good editor, right? So it shouldn't amaze people that this guy edited some photos. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I love this for them. I love the fact that A, Nancy Grace decided to address her guest as Justin Jensen. I freaking love it. B, I love the fact that she dirty deleted a podcast. This is not even like a video you can watch on YouTube. It's not an episode on YouTube you can watch. You know, here on YouTube, we hear the term dirty delete. It's when a creator like does a live or a video, they say something you know, they got caught saying something crazy or they weren't truthful or this and that. So they delete that episode or they delete that live, right? That's a YouTuber thing. Nancy Grace has been doing true crime for a very long time. She doesn't delete many episodes, and she deleted that thing with the quickness. And there's a lot to say about that because what was said on that audio thing, if you could listen to it in full, there was a lot of shenanigans, people. But the point of this is, it should come to no surprise to anybody that this is just another trick under his sleeve. This guy is not a good person. You know, what's funny to me is I don't know how people fall, you know, down that road, if you will. You watch the guy, he puts his makeup on, he's got his bra on, he's trying to talk all correct and stuff. And I guess if you're new coming into this community, you watch him and he can sell himself, if you will, especially if you're emotionally attached to the cases. And I believe that happens with a lot of these people on YouTube. I just want to tell people who, I don't care if you support me or you don't support me. For myself, man, I'm gonna come on here real, raw, and blunt each and every time. I'm not gonna dirty delete. I'm not gonna apologize. I'm just gonna be me. I'm not gonna backtrack. None of that shit. Right? It's I guess it's like either you accept me or you don't, and I'm okay with either one, right? But for other people, they can come on here, and YouTube is a strange thing, right? YouTube, I used to say, is a very powerful tool because it gives anybody a voice. Like you could be the average John Doe and come on here with some, good intentions, right? And lay it out there, speak your truth, speak your voice, and people either pick up what you're putting down and they support you, right? And that's how it should be. But there's also bad players, right? That know everything that I just said, and they come up here and they have an agenda, or they're not truthful, and they play the game, right? They play the game, and that's where this guy Justin comes in, right? And I don't want to sound like a hater. Make no mistake, I don't support that dude, right? But I am one to I try to answer my comments a lot, right? I really do try to keep up with it. It's getting very hard, right? But I do, and I like to. I also read the comments when I'm watching other creator streams. And I always in the chat I was watching a live the other day and I was reading comments. And one comment that I came across really resonated with me. It was this, and I'm paraphrasing. I used to be a Justinoid, I guess is what they call like his little people. And the woman said, I used to be a Justinoid, but I've seen the light. And he's always claiming in his Patreon and on his membership tab that he has these behind the scenes sources. And he has these sources. When you watch Nancy Grace, he kept referencing, oh, my team. What team? The monkey? It's comical. But the meat potatoes of this one is to watch Molly Golightly, his creator, give the inside scoop on this. In the beginning of this, I'm not a Molly fan by any means necessary. Okay? I think she's done some horrible things in this community, right? And again, to my OGs that's been around, if you know, you know. Also, please leave that in the comments. It's one thing for me to say it, but guys, it's on you too for the awareness for anybody who's new. Okay? Please help them out. Help them catch up. They need to know. But to hear her, and I wanted to get the clip for you guys, but Molly's been around this thing for a long time. I believe she's bannerbating as is. So I'm listening to her live, but when I went to go get the clips for you all, she had already put it in members. She said that her own Patreons, keep in mind, she's the one who created this guy. Her own Patreons have been messaging her and telling her that they're no longer supporting this guy because just like that comment I read, who used to be a Justinoid, they are seeing his ways and whatnot. It's interesting to see Molly, right, of all people, right, start to tell the dirty secrets and whatever have you that's attached to this guy. You know, I don't know what to say about that. I don't like Molly. I don't trust Molly. But being that I personally knew the lady, personally fell out with the lady, know how she gaslights and this and that, I guess I can kind of read between the lines, if you will. And I would say, from what she's saying about him, is honest. I don't know why she would say that if it wasn't, because he would then have the right to kind of prove her wrong. And she's not one to like lose an internet battle. She's not too receipt. I don't want to give either one of these tragedy people credit, but I guess if she was pushed against the wall, she could provide receipts, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, guys. Meat potatoes of this is yes. I love this for them. I love that all this is getting exposed. Every single thing is getting exposed. It's like they do, these green team people, they do it to themselves. And when I say green team, my whole thing with the green team, whether it's Griff BJ, whether it's Blue Gumballs, whether it's Monkey Boy Justice for who it is, right? I've been doing this long time over here against the green team, right? And it's the creators who align themselves, right, to Seth. Personally, I don't bash Seth, and personally, I don't know if he's done enough to show me that there's foul play with Sebastian. However, I understand people who question a lot of things as of recent. Okay, even if it's him recently moving, evading I understand all that. But my thing when I say green team, and again, if that's the way you feel, you could feel that Chris and Katie did it. That's fine. That's your free speech. That's your thought. You can feel that Seth did it. That's fine as well. But I just want people to understand when I'm coming and I say green team, I'm specifically talking about the creators that attach themselves to this guy. I understand. Yes, he hired some of these people, but when I say green team, I'm talking about the creators. We've watched At Night almost crumble with all the group messaging. It's like each and everything is just epically failing for them. It's like a domino effect. And we always have to remember, people, it is now February. And guess who has court in a few days? Oh, stay tuned.
What's up, guys? Hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe to my clip channel at White Boy Radio Clips, and in the description box is the link to be a member. Become a member if you can. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe, stay smart. Peace.